All right, questions in person for Coach.
Figure it out in the fourth quarter, trying to draw them over to pitch up top and then swing and drive down the opposite slot. At what point did you see that as the way to get JT going, and how long did you think that worked?
We just decided to take him off the ball. The focus was there. Their shifts in their crowd when he was handling. I wanted to move around a little bit, get him on the second side and try to loosen him up there and then attack from there. Got him downhill, and he didn't have the greatest shooting night, obviously, but 10 assists, we'll take that anytime.
I mean, JT didn't hit a shot since like the first quarter up until he had that transition layup. What were you telling him throughout the game to keep him engaged?
Keep playing the right way. I think it was very noticeable that we were penetrating and kicking tonight against a team that's going to show bodies. And like I said, we live with the results there. Shot it okay. Could have shot it a little bit better, but you got 5 guys in double figures without Jayson being one of them. Obviously, 24 assists on 34 made baskets is a high number. So keep playing the right way. Shots are going to fall. We hit some big ones late, and just keep relying on our defense. 97 points. If we can hold teams to that, we'll be in good shape all year.
Toronto's a super aggressive defense. Does it take a while to figure out where you can kind of draw them out and then find those open shooters?
I don't think so. I think it's just being strong with the ball. Like we talked about before the game, our team that's going to leads the league in steals, leads the league in deflections, are going to be very aggressive, and that showed in the first half with some of our turnovers, which led to their transition baskets. So we had 12 in the first half, I think finished with 18, so took care of it much better in the second half, limited them in transition, as well as getting shots for ourselves. So we know they're aggressive. Just like I said, trust the process of kicking the ball, making the right play, and then live with the results.
Ennis had a huge game. He stuck with them. It seemed like Grant was having a pretty good game. Listen, when did you want to stick with Ennis, and how did that help you with the offensive scheme before?
Just his activity and the pressure he puts on him he's a great screen setter for one, initially, and then, rolling downhill, not the fastest roller, but he puts pressure on the rim with his offensive rebounding, kept balls alive. Even if he doesn't get it, he takes 2-3 bodies to keep him off. And, he played well against San Antonio the other night, and I thought about, leaving him at the end of the game. And so we went with him tonight. That unit was really rolling together and, did a great job. Like I said, it doesn't always show up in the stat sheet, but 9 points, 10 rebounds, and offensive glass. Like I mentioned, he's a great screen setter. So all those things go unnoticed at times.
Is not being the fastest roller helpful, and that we kind of do those like fake rolls and come back up to set that second screen, and they kind of they don't really know.
Well, it depends. I mean, if you set the screen well like he does, he frees up our guys to get downhill or get open shots, and so it works both ways. But as you know, a quick roller and lob threat like Rob is valuable also. So they do different things, but both complement our team in different ways.
I don't know if you can ask about Josh, but just the fact that he met you guys yesterday, moving into the running block, while he played, what did he go through in the last couple of days with sickness?
Yeah, he felt better day by day. Wasn't ready to go in San Antonio, but we knew with that extra day of rest, he'd be okay. He was winded in the first half, asked for a sub, asked to get out, but to get 27 minutes in that 18-point production from him is huge, obviously. Especially with a guy like Dennis being out tonight, it's him and some young fellas out there. And so he held it down, did a great job there, gave us versatility in the lineups we had out there. And, hell of a job by him to come back and play that many minutes off the first night after being out for a week.
All right, we'll go to Zoom questions.
Struggling, but he's doing other things. How much does that help you? And also just the depth of the bench. It seems like guys all go down kind of helps you.
Yeah, so I said right before he came, it was obviously not his best shooting night, but he was playing the right way the whole night. We know he's going to draw a ton of attention from them, and he just continues to trust his guys and make the right play, and it led to the assist and 24 assists on 34 baskets. It's a credit to him. Almost had half of ours, and he's just got to at times be the guy that's going to bait guys out there. Be the decoy to some extent and draw that crowd and make. You see everybody else pretty much ate off of him tonight. So credit to him for playing the right way, not getting frustrated, and sticking with it.
All right, we're going to go to Zoom questions. We'll go to Mark Murphy.
Hi, Ime. Not just tonight, but in recent games, Marcus seems like he's been the most willing guy you've had in terms of attacking the rim. Just how much of an impact has he had that way, not just scoring, but also kicking, finding shooters.
Yeah, we've encouraged everybody to, get more downhill. I mentioned a few games ago against Brooklyn, I felt like we settled a lot for, jump shots early in the game. We want the threes to come from penetration and kick more so than isolation dribbles and shooting over contested hands. And so when we got good guys setting screens, like I mentioned with Ennis, guys can get free and get downhill. And then on the kickouts, if you don't have the initial shot, just more penetrate and kick. And I felt like we were doing that all night. And he was a big part of that, obviously getting downhill, putting pressure on the rims. The refs were calling it pretty close. We got into bonus early. And when we get into bonus, we always talk about going into attack mode and, attacking the basket and trying to draw fouls. But he did both, got downhill, 6 assists as well, kicked it out. And so he played a great game.
John Corrales.
Hey, Ime, with a couple minutes to go, Toronto cuts the lead down to 9. And it feels like in that situation in the past, the response would have been somebody to take some sort of home run type of shot. In this one, you get ball movement and you get an easy layup for Jaylen on an assist from Josh. What does that say about your team kind of getting the message in that critical moment?
Yeah, we talked about it in the timeout. I think when we went up 13, they called the timeout. We said we've been here a few times in this game with double-digit leads and throughout the season. And this time, keep our foot on the gas and keep doing what got us here. And we do have sets to go to, guys, but at the same time, the team basketball penetration kick, ball movement was great tonight. So we wanted to stick with that, not just get stagnant and let them load up. And so, we obviously weathered that storm. I think where we up 13 at that point, they got it down to 9, like you said, and just did more of the same what we did. Hit some big shots late off of penetration from Jayson. So stuck with it, stayed the course, played the same way we had the whole night, and did what got us the lead there. So happy with the result.
Keith Smith.
Coach, even with the all-star guys, Tatum and Brown struggling a little bit, how much does it mean to have the role players stepping up the way they have over the last few weeks?
That's been big. We've been mixing and matching lineups all season. Dennis out tonight, Rob out tonight, Josh comes back, and just plug those holes and guys step up and play well. And so we haven't had a lot of continuity. It's a constant lineup changing every other night, and so it's something we have to deal with and until we're healthy finally and can get our whole group out there. So I think this will be invaluable going down the stretch. Guys getting time on the court, different lineups, but obviously with Jaylen as well, being on a minute restriction, you got to get him out at times you normally wouldn't, especially when he's rolling or playing well or the unit is. And so a night like tonight, everybody else has to step up, especially with Jayson not shooting it as well. He still got rid of the ball, made the right plays, and we'll live with that. If he's drawing the crowd and trusting his guys, those numbers are going to come from our bench guys and the role players.
All right, we'll wrap it up right there. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.